This week on Xenomania, join us as we return to the world of the Krites for Critters 3, the debut of Leonardo DiCaprio, and a whole bunch of people you never heard of beyond that. Join us for exciting conversations that mainly have nothing to do with Critters 3. This is Xenomania. These are Critters 3.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
To us, and then out of the blue you just throw a curveball. It's like, you ever see like Stranger Things? No, not really, up to 3 seasons, but I've seen One Day After Another, whatever that show is.
One day at a time, Ryan.
One day at
a time.
It's like you watched all that.
I was like 8 to 10 years old, and it was on Channel 11 every day when I got home from school. And I would much rather watch 70s sitcoms over doing homework.
Okay, All in the
So
Family.
I watched all of
yes.
that. I've seen every Little House on the Prairie episode multiple times.
That was for different
Multiple.
reasons.
That's a major
That was for
curveball
different
right
No,
there.
reasons.
It was
You wanted
really
her
the
to
same.
milk you.
It was really the same reason. I wanted to milk Rourke, but I
That's-
wanted Melissa Gilbert to milk me.
Good night, everybody.
Oh man,
And-
that would have been a good
And
sound
young Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you were.
I think old Valerie Bertinelli is probably still pretty hot too. But
Were you a Facts of Life fan?
yeah, I watched a lot of Facts of Life too.
Facts of Life. I watched Facts of Life for non-pervy reasons, though. It was just a good show.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Facts of Life was less pervy, although it's another one of those shows you can kind of get my type in women from because of
I
Joe.
mean, they're all there.
We-
Yeah, that's a good point.
See, we had the benefit though. Like, our generation had the benefit of like Nick at Night. So like, we got introduced to I Love Lucy at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And what was the other one? I'd say MASH, I Love Lucy, Honeymooners.
Yeah, honeymoon.
Yeah, I got a good dose of all those without Nick at Night.
Laverne
They
and
were just-
Shirley.
Yep,
Yeah,
Happy
They were
Days.
Yeah,
just on
John was
Sundays,
at-
Happy Days, like
I was gonna say John was of the era when they were looping.
Yep.
yeah. And we had a cable box. There was no remote, so the remote was your brother. So you'd punch him to change the channel, and he'd get up and change the channel.
You definitely watched Emergency.
No, that wasn't really on.
Really?
What about Dallas?
I wasn't into that. I didn't like the nighttime soaps.
Dark
good
Dark
call.
Shadows?
Guys got
That was
Eh.
a nighttime. That was a
Nah,
nighttime soap.
nah, I didn't really like it. I think that might have
Really?
been banned in my house too.
As
maybe.
well, can you mention what else was banned in your house? Shock the
It was-
viewers.
It was MASH, Dukes of Hazzard.
Wow.
I can agree with that. Was it the shorts? Gotta be the
No,
shorts.
I think it was my dad's early adoption of we really shouldn't have the Confederate flag on things.
I mean, fair.
There. Yes.
Fair
I,
take.
I think that's the one that makes the most sense. No A-Team.
Oh,
Why not?
You
No
lost me on
A-Team.
that one.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. It's
Too
not.
much,
It's
Mr. T.
It's not violence because we could watch just about any movie.
Well,
I
Okay.
saw
can
The
now
Godfather
on
when
that.
I was like 8.
Ooh,
Like, it's-
well,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's
You know,
fine.
it's
That's culture.
It's not like it was a violence thing. It was just I don't know. And we used to sneak MacGyver.
Wait. You had a thing against mullets.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, were you watching Moonlighting on your own though?
Well,
Yeah.
we should probably pump the brakes for a second.
Yeah, like,
We're
let's
doing
go back
Critters
to-
3.
Or
Yeah, let's go back to how One Day at a Time even comes up in this
well,
in a discussion of Critters 3.
I don't even remember.
Oh, I
Frank's
do.
right in the city.
It's because Frank, the superintendent of the
Oh, that's
apartment
right.
building, has to have been modeled off of the character Schneider in One Day at a Time.
Minus
That
the
is
Has to have
mustache.
been.
That creepy
Minus the mustache with a heavy dose of sleaze added.
Yes.
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 Yes, indeed.
I felt like
He's the first to eat it, too, isn't he?
yes, he
He's
is.
one of the only to eat
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
he is.
point.
This is a very low body count for a Critters movie.
I feel like it went more to the thrill and comedic aspect. Like it's more Gremlins, even down to the part where you have one critter. I'm calling him bleached for this episode because his half of his face is bleached, similar to like Spike or Stripe. There we go. I was gonna call him Mohawk, but it was
Yeah.
Stripe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that scene in the kitchen is definitely ripped from Gremlins where
Oh,
they're,
100%.
eating everything and the one of them's pouring the dish detergent down his throat and then he burps bubbles and
No one got
yeah,
microwaved.
Yeah.
That was it.
yeah, it definitely Critters 3 sinks more into the farce of the whole setup.
But it's not a bad
Mhm.
film though. Like I was like
No.
walking in expecting it to be like horrible and like reading reviews. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be crap. And I was surprised. Like it's not like up to the level of the first two, but
No.
it's decent. It's a nice segue for what they're doing for the story.
Gets the
Yeah.
job done.
Yeah.
And you get young Leo.
I mean, yeah, Josh rolls in.
Which was supposed to
Hey.
be your hero, Carrie Elwes, according to John.
Yeah.
Allegedly, which is weird. So Leonardo DiCaprio is 17 when this movie comes out.
Okay.
He was probably 15, 16 when it was filmed. So if they had cast Carrie Elwes in this role, number one, he's like 12 years
old.
older. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
12
he
years
was older.
older. So the whole little romance between Josh and Amy either would be extremely creepy or non-existent. You'd have to completely change that whole story.
Make her
Yeah.
older.
Doesn't make much sense. The script just doesn't work
No,
with
No.
Carrie
No, they-
Elwes. And that's
yeah.
according to Carrie Elwes as well, right?
it's according to IMDb. I don't know if it's
That's
like it's-
reputable.
Yeah, I mean
IMDb
usually,
is
but
reputable.
I can usually if you dig enough on there, you can find enough mistakes to make you question.
But
Right.
compared to like Wikipedia, like you have a higher chance of, finding a mistake on Wikipedia compared to IMDb. Like
Well,
there's
they're
like
cited.
there's
You
paywalls.
just have to go off the site and,
Yeah.
and follow the citations just like anything else.
Yeah,
True,
That's all.
fair.
You got to do the work.
yeah.
Fair on that
But-
point.
Carrie Elwes, I think, said it in a director's commentary. So I think that's where it comes from IMDb,
Okay.
which is very Carrie Elwes of him. by the
Because
way.
it's also after he would have been a star from Princess Bride too. This is
Yep.
like 4 or 5 years after that.
87.
Yeah, this is the peak of his career. I mean, maybe they offered him another part and he just said Josh.
Maybe.
But what other part could he have had?
Yeah, I
father.
mean,
I would think
He's
the
a little
father-
young to be the
he'd
dad.
be too young to be the dad. Maybe Frank the superintendent.
I can't see him as Frank.
The
Oh,
Schneider cut.
how about the stepfather?
He's
The
I mean,
stepfather
he'd be
would've
way
worked.
too young for the stepfather.
But it would work
Yeah,
because the
not
stepfather's
enough
like a creep
mustache.
already.
I mean, you can make it work, but like I don't know if Carrie Elwes can play a big enough dirtbag for that guy. Because that
So-
guy, like,
Now, you've never seen
Um,
Tarzan.
they,
Or
they-
no, is it The Jungle Book? The Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
I mean, the landlord, Josh's stepfather, is like stereotypical late 80s, early 90s slumlord. Like, he's purposely letting the building fall apart so he can sell it, so it can be developed into a mall. He's not a quality landlord. He's just in it for some dollars.
Yeah.
Which,
As one does.
I was gonna say, like, this film is like early '90s. It came out December 1991. You can still feel the vibes of the '80s though in it. It's like when the '90s was
Yeah.
trying to find its own, but it really kind of was just like the
Well, that's-
DLC for the
I've
'80s.
said in other episodes, there's a 3-year rollover from the previous
Yep.
decade where it really isn't the 90s yet until you get to 93, 94.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe even 4 or 5. And then you have the 90s vibe. But like the vibrant colors of the 80s, the weird style, the
Oh, it's still
parachute,
there.
everything. We weren't into the grunge era quite yet by
No.
91.
I'd say 93, 94 on that one when Nirvana was like more popular. I would think. They were
Mhm.
popular, but next level.
I mean, really, at 91, they weren't even at maybe the end of 91, it started, but
You're thinking like Soundgarden, Nirvana, who else was jumping? We're moving away from like Twisted Sister and those types of bands to grungy, more
Motley
90s rock.
Crue.
Unfortunately, I will say it. They
Limp Bizkit, man.
don't get me
That's
started
late
on new
90s.
metal. If we go on new metal, this is gonna be a 3-hour episode, and it's just gonna be me ranting about what they did to music.
So it's
I
going to be
just
one
like
of those
Linkin
days.
Park. Linkin Park's my jam.
Linkin
So-
Park's
About the
good.
he said, she said.
Bullshit. But yeah, you can rag on Limp Bizkit and Fred Durst as much as just to your heart's content, buddy. He had his place in history alongside Kid Rock, who should have stayed in his place in history.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be a cowboy, baby.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, Critters 3, everybody. Well, how about that soundtrack, huh?
The humming.
All right, so wait, how do they write the critters back into existence and this one? Because in Critters 2, they pretty definitively closed the door.
Yes.
Mhm. Clifford, the father, Annie, and Johnny, the children,
a
are
big red
returning from
dog.
vacation. They blow out a tire, pull in a rest stop to fix it. The kids get out and play. They meet Josh, and they're throwing a frisbee around, and the frisbee gets thrown down a hill. And at the bottom of the hill, they run into Charlie, but there are also some crate egg residue around, and you get critter cam.
Yeah.
So it's sort of implied that there were some stray eggs left over from the second one.
I feel like there were.
Bum, bum.
I feel like there was one because like the huffing and the puffing from like the crate cam, like it sounds like it's older, and like it could be the mama basically laying the eggs in it because it gets squashed like a bug, so it's already injured. It gets crushed by the tire, you know. As Charlie's given this big speech, which I love, and I like how they do the flashbacks, but they do make a mistake though. He says 1984, which they clear up later in the film to 86 and 88 by another character we'll be introduced to later on. But I was like, okay, so this is like interesting, unless they're being creative. That's
Dates mixed up from time travel.
yeah.
The fact that Charlie was not the most with it guy to begin with.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
that
and
would be closer, probably.
we should probably mention that Charlie's also just hanging out in the woods down a hill from a rest stop, approaching small children who wander down there.
We know what types of people do that, am I right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Protestants.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of anything that was random that I could say. We're probably going to have to cut that out now. Sorry, Protestants.
Well, if we're going to cut it out, then I can say what I was going to say. Presidents?
No, you know what? We should keep that one.
No, can we just keep it all? Let's just keep it all. Let's
All right,
take a
fine.
chance.
Fair enough. We're keeping
Take a
it.
chance.
We're taking a chance.
We're canceled before we're a thing.
Yep.
It's just-
Can you get reverse canceled?
yeah, we
That
can.
would be cool. That'd be cool.
We're reverting back to the 90s. I mean, everything that we're seeing here and stuff. And I think with Critters 3, I mean, it's a nice little like segue though, because it explains how the eggs are getting transferred to the big city, which I wish they were.
Trafficked, if you will.
Yeah, basically, these poor
I mean,
crates.
let's just keep on theme.
But I wish
So,
there was
yeah.
more city. I like it's in a tenement building because you get like, it's very. I feel like at that time, like 91, it's very like homage to the first one. Like you get like the next Karate Kid, right? In this era, which is an homage to the first Karate Kid. You get like a lot of homage films during this time because it was trying to like, I guess, make it 90s, but they were still continuing the 80s edge.
80s. That would have been a cool arcade.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, they market this movie as being like Critters in this big city kind of thing. And at least I feel that way based on looking at the promo posters and stuff. And it's not really. It's Critters in an apartment, which is fine.
Yeah.
Critters in an apartment's kind of fun.
I would be super into critters running wild in a whole city, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like taking over the bridge. Being in the toll booths.
Even like the scale of the town in Gremlins.
True. Yeah. But like, can you imagine them like catching people jumping the turnstiles back then and stuff? And
They had
devouring them? That'd be so fun.
They had a chance in Gremlins too. They just kept it to a skyscraper. They had an opportunity.
Subway train, just wiping them out. Yeah, the Gremlins 2 with the big business skyscrapers. It was a missed opportunity.
100%.
Well, they don't.
Yeah.
Who's got the budget though to be blocking up city blocks and stuff for this kind of movie? You can't really. do it.
Steven Spielberg.
Gremlins 2 probably had the budget, close to the budget to pull it off.
It had a big budget. That's true, but
Maybe not New York City, but you know, a city that you could pass off as New
city
York
that-
City.
does sleep.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you could have probably filmed it in Atlanta with no problem.
Montreal.
Montreal, yeah.
Yeah, the Canadian productions.
Canadian
yeah.
New York.
Hey, I got a question for you, John. You
Yeah.
got a game for us this week, John?
Of course, I have a game for you guys this week.
No way.
Of course,
course he
there
does.
is. It is a stash or slash. I think this one's gonna give you guys some problems.
You said
I
this
mean, last one
week.
gave me nightmares. So
I said this is like horrible right now. I've been listening to
Post-traumatic
Dream
stress.
Warriors. I feel
I
like a
think-
Dream Warrior against you.
I think to some extent, this one's harder than last week.
no way.
Oh,
All right.
I
Well, you're
do.
starting off
Yeah,
with Ryan's
slash.
Kryptonite. Yeah,
slash. Oh no, I'm slashing this. That's all right.
it's the second one. He hates it.
No, whoa.
hates it.
First off, this is the third one.
This is the third one.
Oh,
the third
the
one.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
This is
my
with
bad.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aragorn.
Oh, you're doing film debuts. You're evil.
I'm not.
No,
I'm not
okay.
doing film debuts.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
That was on my top 5 list, and I went a whole different direction. But
Hmm.
I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. You guys can figure it out because it will
Chris.
affect your decisions, even though there's no correct decisions.
real quick, do you?
This
really-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you like this one? I mean, it's not
It's
a bad
alright.
one, but like,
That's all right. I mean, I think all of them really after the first one are all right to varying
Tends
degrees.
to be the case. Yeah.
Like I don't think they never got close to the feel of the first one, but like I mean they're all
Are these
watchable in their
third
own way.
movies?
They are all third parts.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say. So Jaws 3D is. I'm stashing it.
hold on, 3 to 5, right?
All right. So Leatherface is gonna get slashed. Leatherface. is gonna
team
get
slash
I'm
is-
surprised I put that together. I've been like borderline vegetative the last few weeks.
Welcome
all right.
back.
Number 2.
Ooh,
Oh,
3D. Are they all 3D? Ha ha ha.
They are not all 3D.
Look at the knife flying out of the screen. at
this
you.
is the
This
first
is-
appearance of the mask.
Yes.
This has the
is
hockey mask.
this is the significant
staff
Friday the
worthy.
13th.
It
This is a
is.
stash worthy one. A new dimension in terror.
You know what? I'm gonna stash it, John. I really like this one. I do like this one.
Remember,
This-
it's 3 and 5.
This
Is that a
one,
shower curtain? Yeah, he's in the shower,
Yep.
stabbing through the curtain.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is. Yeah.
this one has the
Oh.
sphere too. He throws the sphere into the girl's eye.
Sphere or
bikers.
Spear?
Hooray.
Spear.
Sphere's another good movie. We should do Sphere one day. We should do all Crichton movies one month just for funsies.
That'd be cool.
I read them all when I was a kid. All my teachers thought I was touched. And that for listeners, that because I was always in trouble and I never did well in school, and then they were like, "Why does he have a Michael Crichton novel on him?" Like, because I'm not stupid.
That
That's
was-
my story.
That was the curveball.
That was the curveball. They were
Yep.
like, "Wait a second." Friday the 13th Part 3. I'm gonna stash it too. I had a lot of trouble figuring that out, but I think I'm gonna stash it.
You know what's the rough thing about owning a copy of this? I know with the original Paramount release, it still has the 3D, so it looks like it's coming at you still.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but it's so good.
That's just like Jaws, which is probably coming up. Because that ending scene with Jaws 3D, the shark coming at the screen is horrible. To this day,
Yeah.
it is the worst.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Just
Movie
loading.
number 3.
Oh, stash. Stashing it. I love this movie.
You know what? I'm gonna slash.
Isn't this when Reggie bangs the tall man,
No, that's the fourth.
Lady in Lavender?
That's the fourth one.
Which
No.
one does he bang her?
No,
No,
I think it's 3.
It is
I
3.
think it is three.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
is.
gotta stash it. I gotta
If
stash
you-
it for Reg.
And by the way, you can still send letters to Reggie.
Oh, good.
Yay!
How's he
We
doing,
should
by
do
the way?
that soon.
I mean, about the same, it looks like, but you can still send him letters. There's someone still reading them to him. There's a picture online the other day. You know, show Reggie love.
Yes.
How many have you sent, John? Probably like 10.
I've sent him every letter I can write.
Wow.
You should tell him to watch
26 of them.
our Xenomania episodes
Except,
on him.
except I've been cutting the words out of magazines.
The day comes nigh, Reginald, where I will find you.
Silent
Um,
Tall Man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly.
All right. So Ryan, you slashed this, huh?
I did. It is. I'm gonna say this real quick. It is a
He's a
good
man
film.
of no culture.
It is a good film though, but I have to slash you because you're an
Man of
evil
no
man.
culture.
There's other stuff on here.
No,
There's
he's an
yeah, he's laughing. He's laughing. So no.
Ryan's
All right,
terrible human
let's see
being.
what's next.
I will slash this one.
I'll slash this one too.
You've heard my
because-
opinion about this. I can never shake the memory of watching this whole movie as a kid, and then being like, "Where the hell was Michael Myers? And what the hell was that garbage?"
How many more days till Halloween?
And I have to return this by tomorrow at 10.
Yeah.
Stupid. It was like a botched sleepover.
You,
'Cause of this movie.
you hyped it up. But that was the thing. They hype it up even when they did the Fright Fest.
There's two
Like-
Michael Myers in the third one.
Like in the commercial and then like a silhouette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lied to you. But all right, no, it's a good movie. I appreciated your guys' take on it, helping to dig me out of my loathing for this movie, just to like neutral status. But I'll slash it.
No, I agree.
Alright.
I'm slashing it too because there's just no Michael Myers. It's a good film though. When you get older, you have more of appreciation for it. But no Michael Myers, it's slashed.
It's like
All
having a chainsaw massacre without Leatherface.
They've
Yeah.
done that technically.
Yeah, it was like female Leatherface.
Yeah,
Like
was that
Leatherface.
that prequel one?
So it was still a Leatherface.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did do something. Yeah, they shouldn't have done it.
They shouldn't have
all
done
right.
what they done did.
Halfway point, guys. Kearns, you have 2 and 2. Ryan, you have 1 stash and 3 slashes. So
All right.
you
'Cause
might
he's a
be in good
Nazi.
shape.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, stash.
I want to slash it just to bother you.
It okay. That,
Ryan loves Dream Warriors.
Dream War. I need to buy a new shirt. Mine actually it washed off eventually.
What washed off of your shirt?
Oh, the poster. Because
Ew.
how? Yeah. It was a Dream Warrior.
I have trouble slashing this one because I do remember this one very fondly.
I think this is my favorite one. Like,
Yeah, this is a tough
including the
slash.
first one.
Well, this was supposed to end it. Wes Craven came back. They were trying to bring it back from the second one and
After this was New Nightmare, or no, that was later.
Dream Master.
Dream Master.
And then it
I
was
think I'm
Dream
gonna
Child.
slash. I'm gonna slash this one. I think actually.
You have
'Cause
more-
I don't know how many movies do we have left.
You have 3 after this.
I gotta slash it. Yeah, I only got 2 left.
You only have 1 stash left.
Yes, you do.
Me? I
Yeah.
stashed
3
3
and
already?
5.
You
No,
kept
2,
Fats
because
ass
we're
in
3
3.
and 5.
Oh no,
It's-
we're only doing 3 and 5 tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dear God,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
slashing it. Then.
You have a lot to get through in the next 3 movies.
Yes, I do.
Let's see. I think the next one is the one you guys could break my heart over. Oh.
I'm gonna stash this.
You know what? I don't.
This is such
I,
a good movie.
I don't
man.
like you right now because I'm stashing it too.
I have
But
to-
I
no,
can, I
have
can,
to
I
do
can,
this.
I can live with my choices though.
I don't mind my choices either.
Day of the Dead is so
Oh.
good.
Well, let's see. I love Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead is amazing. It
I-
was the one that it took me the longest to love of the first 3.
Really?
I didn't really get Day at first, but the more I watched it, it's just amazing.
Repeat on sci-fi, like repeat on sci-fi, just watching it over and over again. I just love it.
Mhm.
Like I guess it's more of the visuals when you're a kid, and like
Yeah,
seeing the
yeah.
zombies to the wall and just like the group and understanding that maybe some zombies do have a mind. I mean,
Mhm.
besides this,
need love too.
oh
Mhm.
yes,
Well, this sets up
figured.
something that becomes kind of controversial too in his whole Dead series, is this sort of evolved thinking zombie. Like Bub is starting to evolve some. And then it goes a step further in Land of the Dead with the mechanic zombie who's like now really focused on tasks and leading groups of zombies and stuff. And then it's I would have been fascinated to see if he had lived and kept making zombie movies where he would have evolved them too.
Yeah. I could have seen that. I know there's a new edition this year, right? I think it's like 40 years, right?
Really?
There's some no, last year would have been 40, I think, because I think it was 85.
Okay.
Oh.
That was 86. Okay.
I believe there's no 4K of this. I believe it's another rights issue like there
It's
was with
beyond
Dawn.
high definition.
Yeah,
I would
this
love a
is
4K.
Ooh.
yeah. No, I'm dying for a beautiful 4K set of this.
This would be
Anyway, so here's the two movies you guys slashed.
I'm done. I'm going to bed.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
I
Goodbye.
like. Is there? Can we?
You
have
are evil for this.
Can we have redemption?
I told you this is strangely harder than horror movies nominated for Best Picture.
What's
How
number
did
one?
I-
What's number
How
one?
did I ever not assume you would have put Army of Darkness on? That's on me.
This is
I mean-
technically. This is just technically a sequel because Evil Dead 2 is a soft reboot, sir. This doesn't count.
All right,
This doesn't.
it does count. You can argue it all you want. It does count. Here's what I will do because I'm feeling nice tonight. If in one guess either of you two can guess the last movie, I will let you stash an extra movie.
He definitely didn't do Jaws 3D. I know that much.
He might have. He might
I
have done
doubt
Jaws.
it. I
3D.
doubt it.
All right, I'm gonna say Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth.
Okay.
He wouldn't assume we would be so upset by that though.
Oh, true. Oh, true.
It's got to be a
Yeah,
movie that's
oh,
been broken.
I would know Ryan would be pretty upset
would,
about
because
having
I-
to get rid of that.
I do like Hellraiser 3, but I mean, compared to Army of Darkness. Okay, hold on. We're really gonna think about it.
Look at the
I'm
abs. they give
I'm
Bruce
being
Campbell
I'm
on that
being
cover.
extra nice right now and not counting Hellraiser 3 as a guess.
That is nice. I'm
That
gonna
is-
guess
I
Jaws
appreciate
3D. I am gonna guess Jaws
You know what,
3D
I'll
because
take-
my brain's not braining.
I'll stick with Hellraiser 3. I'll stick with it.
No extra lives.
Okay.
Movie number 8.
Oh,
Okay, I wasn't thinking.
I don't mind
about that.
splashing
Yeah,
in
that's
this film.
fine. I'm okay with it. It's, you know what? A lot of people give it crap, but like if you just look at it as its own film, it works.
I actually really like it. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
the first two, but I really like it.
I saw it in theaters with my cousin. I remember enjoying the lead scene.
The alien
stuff
dog.
like that.
That's what gets me. I love the alien dog.
Yeah. Dogo Aliano. All right, you bastard. You managed to be an awful human being again. That was great.
It's becoming my favorite thing in the world.
I mean, you wear it well, buddy. You wear it well. Back to
I've
Critters
just-
3.
Yeah. Back to Critters
Well-
3.
So they get back to the apartment building, and the one that John affectionately calls not Schneider.
Frank?
Mhm.
Frankie.
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 The super
Hey,
is the first to go
Frankie.
down, and one of the only to go down, as
Mhm.
the guys told us earlier. There's not a lot of their
I
body
think
count
there's
is low
only
in this.
two. I think there's only two.
Frank and the
It's
stepfather.
more of a mischief making
Frank and the
film than anything
stepfather,
else.
Mr. Briggs. Yeah, it's way more mischief. It's way more implied danger. It's it's a lot of it's the beginning of what could have been sort of taming down the violence in Critters to keep it going like a PG-13 property and loop it into more of a kids series.
I could see that.
Because they were cute.
Yeah.
They had the capacity to be cute.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
teeth, though. They were less cute than the Gremlins.
I'd still
The
take
Gremlins had the Mogwai stage.
Yeah.
I'd keep
Yeah,
a
Gizmo.
Mogwai. Just got to follow the rules. Not that hard.
You would have gremlins crawling up your asshole in
Whoa,
like 8
whoa, whoa,
hours.
whoa.
Absolutely.
Ryan,
No, my-
you feed that
Absolutely.
thing a Snickers in the middle of the night, and you would be done. You
Not-
dump your
you-
water on it.
Well,
You-
that would happen, yes.
you
I would definitely
you
dump my water.
you would indulge in some of your favorite things and not realize it was 2:00 in the morning and
it
you
fun only
and
being able to hear
you
one
and the
person?
mogwai would have the munchies, and you'd just be passing the thing chips and stuff, and then you
Yeah.
have 10 of them, and at least if you have 10, clearly one of them's gonna be evil.
You're gonna wake up the next morning and there's gonna be eggs all over the house. You're like, what happened last night, man? You'd be like Brad Pitt in True Romance,
Oh,
sitting there with your little honey bear while they run around and kill your neighbors. So we both rejected your theory very hard.
I still
I
stand.
know what would happen if I had a mogwai, and I'd probably do it on purpose.
Yeah, at that point, you're like, I'm not making it to retirement. Let's just pop this thing off.
You know what? I need a day off. Let me bring this thing to work and let it loose.
And then meanwhile, he's choking to death on the very water that's going to kill society.
The Mugwai would probably fit in. It would work.
He would
The
jump
gremlin.
in front of the water. All right. We almost murdered Ryan for that joke, but
It was worth
might
it.
have been worth it.
Yeah,
Might have been worth it.
it
was
was. It was.
All right, guys.
But-
What?
Before Frankie gets it, Frankie's working, as we find out, he's working with Briggs, and he's trying to kick all the
Mhm.
tenants out of the
Yeah.
apartment complex so Briggs can turn it, as we mentioned, into a shopping mall.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Oh, and then that was the time of the shopping mall.
It was the time of the mall.
Yep.
It's amazing though how quickly the mall went away from that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
it's-
only had a 10-year
Within 10, 15 years, the mall is pretty dead.
I mean, we still have the one. I see kids at our mall, but yeah, there's kids at the mall, and it's nice
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, you still get, but I mean, there's also less and less at a mall for a kid.
Yeah.
Or
I
really for an adult male. I don't know the last time you
I
went
agree.
and walked around the mall.
No, I feel
there's not
awkward.
much there for
Well,
us anymore.
Nope.
There's a comic book store I really like at ours, so I go to that. But like, I don't go into Hot Topic or anything like that anymore. You know, where all the stores you would hit. Now it's like, maybe do I go into Sharper Image because I'm an old man?
Ours doesn't even have that anymore. There's no Hot Topic.
Oh,
There's no
wow.
Spencer.
Oh,
There
your
you-
mall is completely dead. Yeah, yours is like barely standing.
Yeah.
There's
My-
a food truck outside that's keeping
my-
your mall going.
My mall would make more money as a parking lot than as a mall.
At this
Agreed.
point, yeah, we go there for like the circus that they use the parking lot for.
Yep.
And stuff. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so I get that one. The one I mentioned earlier that has definitely been bleeped out by this point, dear listeners, is
The
pretty.
Mall of
I mean,
America.
they've got like 50. They've got like 3 or 4 stores that are dedicated to stuff that kids like the Funko Pop stuff and
Okay.
Pokemon cards, and then there's a few hats exclusives. You got your Forever 21s, and there's the candle stuff. Like, it's still a mall. It's still a mall.
Lids. Is there?
Yeah, there's lids.
Oh,
there's a
God, yeah.
lids. And there's a food court that's full of establishments.
free
serving food.
samples.
Yeah.
Ours,
So it's-
ours has
come back.
2. I think there's 2
There's a Chinese
restaurants in the
place.
food court. Yeah, there's a Chinese place.
As long as there's animals around
uh,
that parking lot, I had to revise which animal I named. If there's animals around that parking lot, you're gonna get Hunan chicken.
But
Yeah.
Well, it's a joke we're allowed to make because the Chinese place in I almost said another town name. In
The
a town
Chinese
where
place
I
in
grew
the
up,
town next to where we grew up.
yeah, they got dinged for taking the geese out of the park.
No, for duck,
Oh yeah,
they were
they
selling
got
it as
dinged
duck.
for swiping the geese, which was and I thought it was kind of a victimless crime because I used to have to practice football on that field. I hated those damn geese.
How'd you feel after eating them? That's the
I
question.
never ate at that Chinese place, so I feel pretty good about the whole situation.
I ate that place a lot, but I
Oh,
also
John.
I also never ate duck. So I mean, they could have been like putting it in as chicken, but I didn't eat a lot of chicken at that point in time.
What about
either.
beef?
The beef could be people. We don't even know. Like, you ever look at the beef in a
don't you
beef and
start.
broccoli?
Don't you start with that.
I am better. I am better with the beef being people than I am with the duck or the chicken being Canadian goose.
Fair enough. Do you think the critters would eat it?
Oh,
The
absolutely.
critters would eat all of it.
Yeah.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would. In this film, did they enjoy prepared or processed food as much as they enjoyed it in the second one, guys?
Not as much.
They seem to enjoy anything in a kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
know, anything in a kitchen seemed to be a food product for them, whether it was dish detergent or anything else.
My wife came in and asked me if I wanted mozzarella sticks.
Oh, just you know what? That was one of the clips.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna puke already.
I feel like that was like a part of our clip last week.
That she came in
No,
to offer me food?
Is the mozzarella stick fully cheesed? Because
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This one wasn't fully cheesed. This movie, it's good.
Yeah.
The shell was good, but the inners wasn't.
What
I
was
would,
wrong
I,
with the movie?
I would say this one is fully cheesed.
Oh well,
there's
in
cheesiness
that
all
position,
over.
in that position, yes.
What? This wasn't Leo's first Oscar-worthy performance?
I think it was, but he was too young to get one.
Too young. Not quite Gilbert Grape level.
He was
Yeah,
doing
not quite.
he was doing Growing Pains at this time too.
This is apparently one of the movies he's ashamed of, but he also says that when you're that age, you want attention no matter how you get it. So
He did pretty well. His character was pretty well written, and
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
listen,
It's a cheesy horror film. I mean, come on.
with some of the places that other actors have started, you did all right as a kid to be in a Critters movie first.
Fair.
Jennifer Aniston started a series, Leprechaun. I mean,
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
mean,
she doesn't care. She doesn't
There-
care one bit about that.
oh god,
no.
no.
Well, you know what? I bet she does because it's got her old nose.
Oh, true. That's fair.
That-
But they turned that into a running joke on Friends.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, you should be cool with that too. If you're Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston and you know, get over it.
right?
Yeah, I mean-
Gorgeous with your new nose.
If you blatantly had your nose done, you kind of have to be okay with it being pointed out.
I get it. Point it out.
Pointed out?
There. The puns.
The puns.
So Rapunzel over here. So, yeah. So, let's see. Josh, Leo's character, he makes some mischief in this film a little bit. He gets the landlord killed, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He kind of gives his stepdad up.
Yep.
he locks him in the room. He's like, "I hate you. I wish you'd die." And then you get the Krites start
Yeah.
gobbling him up,
Mhm.
and he realizes he made a mistake.
How cool would it have been through the rest of the movie if he thought he had the power to like summon demons?
Although, I think he like has a moment because he realizes he was an accessory. Because like Annie's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Just give me a second. Just give me 1 second.
Just give
Like,
me a minute, man.
Are you just realizing you helped commit a crime here? Commit a murder here, Leo?"
Wow. Is it a crime if literally nobody can ever find out that you did it? Is it really a crime?
Wow.
Yes, by the way,
Sure.
listeners, yes, it is.
I mean, the
It's just one you'll get away with.
building starts getting lit up though.
Lit up by what?
Oh, well, you get a fire in the basement.
Yes.
You get the Krites wrecking the rest of the building. And then you get Charlie. Charlie, who does not live in this apartment, manages to get there because he has given Johnny his little green stone.
Like,
His Spidey tracker.
I was gonna say, was it a tracker? Because you only know it senses danger. I feel like,
His,
it's a big
his
plot point.
special Charlie bounty hunter stone thingy.
Exactly. That's the actual name for it.
Stony.
Stone thingy.
Yeah. For the set design stuff, and so that's
Yeah.
the box it was in.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna eat it on the podcast.
Do it. Do you have marinara sauce?
I do.
Oh, don't be a heathen. Dip it. You can double dip. You'd be okay with it. There we go. Oh, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a Friendly's mozzarella stick. That's what it sounded like. Just
Oh,
crunch.
that's a nice crispy mozzarella stick there.
I was
She fries them because ain't nobody getting a 70 in this family.
sharing is caring. Just pass it
Yeah,
over. to the
I did that
screen.
just to be a
Press it.
jerk because I knew you
press
guys
it
were gonna
up.
want.
That's
No.
No, you don't want a deep fried mozzarella stick, John?
yes.
I've eaten so much food today.
Oh, really? Tell us everything you ate while I eat this.
Man. I had my protein cookie for breakfast. Then I had a croissant. Then I had like 2/3 of a pizza
Ooh,
and some chicken nuggets and some
nice.
fries. And
Yes.
then I ordered some ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
Cold Stone.
Well, like what?
Oh, yeah, of
What
course,
flavor
Cold
though?
Stone.
Like, did you do the Birthday
No,
cookies and cream?
I can bring it up in my seamless order. Give me a second here, bud. This is a very
Dude, that's couch time. That's dangerous right there. That's a lot of food.
What were you watching?
He was watching one
Freaked.
day after another.
No, I
Huh?
was watching Freaked. Did you ever see Freaked?
No.
No. I
I
know of Freaked, though.
I somehow never saw Freaked either. It is amazing.
Looking it up. Free.
Amazing. I got peanut butter cup perfection.
That sounds good.
I am such a slut for peanut butter, too. That sounds so good.
Then I put the peanut butter sauce on it,
Ooh, yeah.
and then the hot fudge on it.
Ooh.
I didn't get the banana mix in this time, but
You-
I often do that too.
You know what I would add? Marshmallow. I love
Marshmallow is not bad. I like having the banana in there though, because it makes I can pretend that I'm healthy.
Nutella, banana.
A little potassium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm eating a fruit.
Little strawberries here and there. Blueberries.
At that point, though, I don't even like
antioxidants.
pretending. I like to go like even worse. When I'm going that bad as it is, I'm like, why don't we put some sugar cubes in it?
Can you deep fry that banana?
Yep, exactly.
Put a little chocolate on it.
Exactly.
I wonder if they could.
They
What?
could easily. You've never seen a banana split with a deep fried banana?
It's delicious.
I've seen one. I've never had one. I don't know.
We're gonna have to
I
change
don't
that
know
on
if
episode
Cold Stone
100.
has the
Everybody.
capability.
Oh no, they don't have
Oh,
the
they don't.
capability. No, you have to go to
as
the
with
fair.
most things worth having in life, you have to provide your own banana.
Episode 100. The Xenomania guys eat until they pass out.
I'm
And
ready.
One gets arrested
Hold on.
for providing his own banana to Cold Stone.
Can we watch the stuff while we're doing that? That would fit
I
in
mean,
so
All
well.
this stuff is coming up before then. The stuff is only like 3 or 4 weeks away.
Which,
Yeah.
ooh, not to plug, but I'm gonna plug it. Arrow has a nice release of the stuff, which was pretty nice. On 4K and Blu-ray. 4K, I think is a little bit better. So I've been
Yeah,
on.
I mean, I
I'm on a DVD.
I always go for the 4Ks when it's available.
Yeah, it's just cleaner, especially with the older film. I like the graininess, but it's just a cleaner look.
I will say this, like Maniac I got in 4K. I kept the Blu-ray because I like watching it with the graininess sometimes because Maniac should look like that.
Yes. There are certain films that should have that graininess. Like Mean Streets is definitely one. Taxi Driver. Like even if it's
Yeah.
updated, you want to see that grain and you want to see
Deer
those pops.
Hunter.
Oh dear, yes. Well, yes, yeah.
I like the journey you just went on right there.
Yeah, well, I was
I
thinking
think-
about it, and I was like, wait a minute, and I'm like Christopher Walking at the end, and I'm thinking of the grain pops. I'm like, it means something more. It does.
Christopher who?
Christopher Walken.
Okay.
All
What?
right, well,
You said it right that time.
yeah.
You definitely said Christopher Walking the first time.
You know, I had this
I'm gonna roll
watch.
back the tape. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
mean?
great.
What
So back to-
say? Give me your wallet. No, I don't want to.
Oh,
Sorry
So-
about that. Yeah.
No, back to Critters 3 before we devolve into Christopher Walken imitations for the rest of the night.
Yep.
5 hours of us doing
but Bruce
Christopher
Wayne,
Walken.
why are you Batman?
We get to the finale. The building's on fire. They're trapped on the roof, and they're gradually managing to escape. And Charlie has the last 2 crates, and he's ready to kill them. What happens?
And
What
he's
happens?
a change of heart, and he makes them mate right in front of Leo.
Yes.
Oh, that's Jurassic
Leo,
Park. Sorry.
Leo, watch these crates make out.
Yeah.
No.
What occurs? What occurs?
No. He gets a message from our friend Ugg. Ugg's only appearance in this movie comes during the credits.
Wow.
And he forbids Charlie from killing the last 2 crates because they are, in fact, the last 2 crates. And bounty hunters are not permitted to exterminate a whole species.
Which
Yeah.
I liked as a cinephile how they included that in the scene. like it was during the credits, which is a bold move because during the credits you're just leaving. But I liked how they did the scene, paused it, showed who was it, like did what, whatever, acted, and then did another part of the scene. It was different.
Mhm.
And for
Oh,
Critters though, it's what it's supposed to be because Critters is different. It's got that different
It's
vibe.
it's also, sort of against what was going on at that time. Now, if you go to the movies and you don't stay through the credits, you're a fool. Back then, credits come on, movies over. There weren't a lot of in-credit scenes at that point.
Fair point. That is a fair point. I can't think of many that popped up around that time. We would get up and leave when the credits rolled. There was no Avengers style,
I think there was a
Solomon
few.
will be in Avengers Doomsday,
Yeah.
moments.
I think Masters of the Universe, I think, had one.
You just
Yeah,
stayed because of the Speedo and the oiled abs. Don't you lie to us.
Franklin Jealous, sir.
I
That's
mean, didn't we
Skeletor.
all?
All right.
Yeah, the oiled ribs. I'm sorry.
Didn't we all?
That he was ribbed for our pleasure. Anyway, let's get on.
I have the
Yeah.
power.
Oh, one thing before we wrap up that we have failed to mention in 2 other Critters episodes is the critter design and who designed
cool.
and puppeted the critters. There's a significant set of names. It's the Kyoto brothers
Yep.
of
Oh.
Killer Clowns fame in particular, but a lot, it's, some other puppeteering and monster design. And they really hit with the critters.
Can we talk quickly though? Just shout out Killer Clowns for being one of the best practical effects set up in movie history.
Yes.
Yeah.
How terrifying that movie is just because of how great of a job he did on those clowns.
Yep.
It's like,
Or they did, I should say.
it goes down to like the cotton candy, but like also scenes as like the ventriloquist. Them will knock, like the biker getting his
Yeah.
head knocked off.
We're gonna do the movie down the line, but I just want to
Oh, yeah.
do a
Mhm.
pause real quick and just be like, that is a fantastic job. So yeah.
Yep.
Great movie. Underrated
What
movie.
else did they do, John?
Off the top of my head, I don't have it, but it's a lot of
Ernest
all the
Scared
critters.
Stupid.
Yeah, they did a lot of a lot
Ernest-
of weird stuff though. Yeah,
Team
a lot of
America.
stuff that's
World
like, what?
Police.
No way.
Yes. Team America, World Police.
Yep.
Large
That's pretty
March
cool.
for our Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
All right, that's enough for me. They belong in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe we should start that.
did you guys see the Dinner for Schmucks?
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Just
We'll have
Xenom-
to retroactively pull in a few, though. We've done some Hall of Famers
The
already.
Xenomania Horror Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Yeah, we
That-
could do that. Reggie,
Ooh,
you're
yeah.
going
Reggie.
in, buddy.
He's their first. If we're good at doing this,
Characters, directors,
we're doing characters and director.
actors.
Then let's
We can
announce
put
tonight.
whoever we want in.
Reggie's the first. Then let's do it right now. Reggie Bannister.
And the Kyoto brothers. And then we'll
Yeah.
just every once in a while we'll go back.
Well, I think our inaugural class can be the Kyoto brothers, Reggie, and Guillermo.
And Guillermo.
Yay! Thank you, guys.
We can class it up a little bit.
My dad, Guillermo. He made
Guillermo.
Guillermo
Del Toro. I love
How many L's?
I sent you the thing about Blade too. He's like, I really didn't like Blade. I really hated him. I didn't. It was just like white people writing a black character. And then I saw the movie and I fell in love. They just did it right.
Mhm.
And that's why I wanted to do it. I was like, oh, this
Yep.
man, he's just got a great heart.
Hellboy, a Golden Army. Sure, why not? I'll take it.
He loved Hellboy. He loved Hellboy.
Yeah.
Hellboy 2 was a test.
Well,
That was a test.
Hellboy
Test that he
and Hellboy
passed.
2
Pan's
really
Labyrinth.
let him. Hellboy and Hellboy 2 really let him explore his monster designs as much as his heart contented.
Yes.
He did it. He did it in Pans, but Hellboy really got to do pretty
Yeah.
much everything.
Got a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
Pans was really something of an independent film, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Low budget at the very least. But the thing about him in Hellboy 2 reminds me of like Phil Collins and the Tarzan soundtrack. Like it's so
I get
much
it.
heavier and harder than you needed it to be. And it
Mhm.
just you're just like, wow, this is like a lot of goodness for this, but why here?
This is when a studio trusts the director, and it shows. Like Hellboy, right? The first one, real quick. It's the comic book like from beginning to end, Golden Army is Del Toro's vision. And you see it in a lot of hero stuff like Batman. That was more comic book. Batman Returns was more Tim Burton.
Yeah, fair.
That's like the closest I can think of, like when it comes to that, where the director has, like even with Blade, like the first Blade is more comic. Del Toro again did his own unique thing.
Yes, I agree.
I think he's talking to you. Talking to
I'm
Ken?
saying goodnight to my wife.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. No mozzarella stick.
Right. That's right, you heavy breathing women out there. I'm off the market.
They're
No more mozzarella sticks.
they're reading Rourke right now. Okay.
Because I know that she was just peeling off some she made for herself, so I don't want to take her mozzarella sticks.
Oh
I
no.
said,
You know
I'll
what?
take-
You're nice. I would have taken 3. I always go over. I'm like,
Nah.
how many more you got? Yeah.
Well, I had my healthy dinner before, my quinoa chicken thing. So,
I
gotta
had
get the
quinoa too this
macros.
week.
Hot honey pepperoni pizza.
Yes,
hot honey
please.
pepperoni. I didn't even know what would happen to me
Please.
if I ate that. I feel like my foot would fall off.
Nah, you'll be fine.
I mean, my foot might still fall off.
My problem is the further away I get from eating the things that I used to love to eat in mass and stuff, the less I can actually do. I ate carrot cake yesterday, and I thought I was gonna die.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Carrot cake?
Yeah, it was so
I
good,
think
you
if
know?
I could only eat carrot cake, I would want to die.
Oh, it's
Oh,
delicious.
you don't like carrot cake, bro? It's so good.
It is.
Carrot cake. Carrot cake is sneaky healthy cake.
No,
It's not healthy at all.
No.
It's so
I
bad
don't.
for you.
I don't
It's the
want
worst of the
pretend-
cakes.
I don't want vegetables in my cake.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't want it.
the only thing it
I
does
don't
Trojan
want it.
horse into you is a little bit of fiber, but it's all the vegetables they put in it are heavy sugar.
Yep.
Which is like the point.
Yep.
It's
Carrots.
sugary.
No
yumminess.
carrots. No carrot cake.
And there's
You
some
can-
raisins in there and stuff.
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
no,
nah.
that's too
Remember
far.
when they
No
used
raisins.
to give raisins to kids all the time? When was the last time you saw a kid with a box of raisins?
Sunmade. They used to give us
My
good
kids
stuff.
ate them a little bit when they were little, but they figured that shit out real quick. They were like, nah, we're good.
It's
Which
like
raisins did you like better though? The golden ones or the dark ones?
the dark ones.
I never had a golden raisin in my life.
You
Is
never
this
had a
joke?
golden raisin?
They're
really?
sweeter.
No. Is this like, this feels like a trick.
No, they're
It's
sweeter.
not.
They're
no.
like, yeah.
I wouldn't get a whole container of them, but I always wanted the little boxes of them.
Is it because they're sweeter,
Oh,
right? They're sweeter raisins.
Probably.
Yeah, the dark ones are just
That's
regular.
probably why.
Wow.
It's like a grape.
Yeah.
It's a green grape to a red
Yeah.
grape.
Now I'm gonna have to go and get a container
Yep.
of golden raisins and
I'll
bring it
get
to
ready.
work.
I was going to say, I'm going to bring it to work for you.
I'm
We'll
gonna
all
get raisin
chug 'em.
nuts. I can't.
All right, so let's review Critters 3 for Christ's
Yeah,
sake.
let's
This
get some
episode was supposed to
reviews.
end like 8 minutes ago.
Let's get to some reviews and get off of the food for a little while before I have to go eat the rest of the pizza. So, Critters 3 reviews. We'll start with the Rotten Tomatoes score. We have a first. We have a 0% critic score.
Wow.
Yeah.
bro.
It's only 7 reviews. Because, I mean, listen, there wasn't
I don't
a
agree with
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes. There wasn't an IMDb. These things didn't exist when Critters came out. So a lot of those reviews are not on there. It's also only 24% audience. And I think that's where we're missing out.
Okay.
I think the audiences missed this. But even with a 24%, I did find a 5-star. And it's a 5-star, like really straight out of my heart.
It's like
Okay.
a
5
Leo
stars.
DiCaprio. Okay, let's hear it.
I know this isn't an Academy-worthy film, but no critic like it. Well, to me, that shows most critics have no taste.
Ooh, get 'em.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you can't sit and enjoy Critters 3, it's a you problem.
Yep.
As these next 2 people apparently could not. 1 star. No budget dreck. It makes the first 2 movies in the series look like classics. No, sir. The first 2 movies in the series made the first 2 movies look like classics.
I agree.
They are classics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the 1/2 star. What did I just witness?
Ooh, the echo. I like it.
The fact that they got Leonardo DiCaprio in this mutant offspring of a movie is totally incredible. This 90s crap fest of a film does not deserve a generous rating of 0%. perhaps a -1%.
Ooh. You know what? I disagree, sir or
The
madam.
person was not hugged as a
Disagree.
child.
Nope.
I fully disagree. That's unfair.
No, we've not done many movies that were a half-star worthy on this show.
Oh no,
And
no, we have Fright Night 2, the sequel to the remake of Fright Night. The sequel to
I
the
don't
remake.
even think I'd get that low with that.
No,
that-
half
maybe
star?
1.5.
That
Maybe
was-
1.5.
Ugh, that was rough.
It takes a lot to get me to a half star.
It's tough.
A lot.
It's tough.
It means there was nothing fun in a movie. Like nothing.
Most of my reviews run between 2 and 4 anyway, because that's where the meat, I mean, in the bell curve of life, that is usually where they are. To find a 5-star movie should be like a 2% of what you watch, in my opinion.
Sinners.
That should be the amount. Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, that's the thing for me. I sort of have two different 5-star qualifications. One is for movies that are just clear cinematic masterpieces. And the other is for how much did I enjoy this movie? Like Return of
Agreed.
the Living Dead is a 5-star movie to me because
I think it beats both. That fits both categories, though.
well, yeah, kind of, but I mean, you'd get a lot of people that argue to be a classic.
Yeah.
But I love the movie. Like, so
Good movie.
But you like with those people, I feel like you're comparing it to like Night of the Living Dead and then like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have those purists, and I mean, Return of the Living Dead is that spiritual sequel to Night of the Living Dead.
Maybe we should start reviewing both categories, though, when we're on here doing our stars. Maybe we should start doing them both. Like, how much did you like it? I give it, I don't know, 5 stars for that. I don't know. Not tonight, though.
No,
Not tonight.
no.
It's too much
I'm
brain
like,
power.
thinking
So-
about it. I'm like, wait a minute.
As we're heading down that review road, what do you guys have Critters 3 as?
Just like the number in the franchise, I'm going to give it a 3.
Ooh, okay.
It's a 3. I mean, you could talk me into 3.5 or something. It's a solid 3 experience. It's like, okay, it's all right. It's all right.
I'm gonna go along
I
with
liked
you.
it.
3 out of 5. It's like, I thought it was gonna suck, and it doesn't suck. It's just right in the middle. It does what it has to do. It just keeps the story going. The Krites are cool. I like how they look. They're more menacing, with a little gremlin-esque, But it's not a bad film. It's enjoyable.
All right. Well, see, and that's where you and I differ on this. I like the crate look a little less this time. And it's why I don't get to 3.25 and why I'm going to be right on that 3 train with you guys.
Ooh, okay,
Yes.
This is
okay.
a 3.
This is the second time we've all agreed.
It's
Yeah.
actually third time, and it's all been on the Critters movies. We've agreed. We've agreed all on the
that's
Critters
great.
films.
That is great.
Well, let's see if we can go 4 for 4 next week.
1.
I think 4 is going to be more divisive for us.
Maybe.
We go Krites
Maybe.
Krites in the city to Krites.
I'm probably going to watch it after this recording, actually, or at least start it. We'll see. I'll fall asleep to Critters 4 as God intended.
Yeah.
Thank
With
you.
that-
Once again, to shout out Tubi, though. You can watch the entire franchise on Tubi. It's wild.
Which is awesome. Tubi is like the
Yep.
gateway to like B-movie horror, and I have a lot of appreciation for that. And not as many commercials, right?
It's not bad.
No,
It's not
even
terrible.
bad. Like, Amazon is paid. And if you have the ad one for Amazon, you see more commercials than you do for
Mhm.
Tubi. I can guarantee it.
that's ridiculous.
It's about
Daddy
2.
Bezos has got to eat.
I found the Tubi experience to be about like watching a movie on regular TV.
Yeah.
Like it's about the same amount of commercials. It's about the same amount of time. It's not
I feel like
unbearable.
we're gonna revert back to that. I mean, like what everyone wants, like vinyl again, CDs. There's like a new cassette tape player coming out with like Bluetooth and all that. VHS is coming back. People are gonna want commercials again. We're going
Oh.
backwards in
We're
certain.
one AMP away from streaming being a thing of the past, so
Get your VHSs ready
keep it out,
and
baby. Keep it out.
DVDs mostly.
Physical media, man. Keep it going.
I'd stick with DVDs. I feel like those will take. But VHSs degrade too easily.
And the other problem with VHS is they don't make the player anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought they were still like black market, little like.
Oh, I mean,
off
there's
market.
still some
Get
kicking
'em.
around, I'm sure, but they're not produced anymore, and it's been a while.
God, I had every
Yeah,
version.
I think it's pre-pandemic that the VCR went out officially.
I mean, it's fair. Remember when those things used to eat a tape and just like you'd have to sit there and like become a physicist and fix that, or an
Once.
engineer rather, and fix that thing?
One.
Yeah.
What
It's
about
wild.
the rewinder doing that?
Yeah.
And it's a tape you rented. I had that happen. That was
But that's what all the rewinders did. That's what those things did. They ate the tape.
good times. Good times.
They ate the tape.
Ate
All
the
right,
tape.
guys. Let's roll into some top fives.
All right, top fives. I'm going simple this year. This year.
This year.
Well, this is my top five. This movie came out in 1991. Great time of year. It's my birth year. Great time of year. But I'm going with top five horror films I believe came out in 1991. We're going to start off with actually one that I forgot about, and I'm going to rewatch it again. It's from Full Moon. It's called Subspecies.
Cool.
Have you guys? All right. So 1991 follows three American students in Transylvania who become entangled in a blood feud between Radu, an evil vampire who steals the mystical bloodstone from his father, and his benevolent brother Stefan. I remember it being fun. It was one of those films like I got caught watching, was told no, and then found it like later on, watched it again. I I remember it being fun. The vampire look for Radu is definitely like stands out. He's got the long fingernails, the long hair, very
His nails
Nosferatu.
are
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's just like very 90s, if that makes sense. But it's a fun film from what I remember.
I enjoy it. So, quick little story. I tried to watch this with Allison a few years ago. We got about half an hour in, and she demanded that I turn it off.
She didn't like
Do you
it.
know? Do you know how rare it is for her to demand that I like? She wouldn't even have it on while she went around the house and did things. She said, "No, get this off."
It's a full moon production.
Wow.
Like, what are you expecting? Like 1991 full moon.
I mean, I don't know. Like, she's watched some of the worst movies in the world with me, and she picks them sometimes. So it's like, it was a specific subspecies thing. I love it though.
On a side note, real quick, Necromantic 2 was going to be on my list. I never seen it, but that came out in 1991.
No,
But this will
no.
lead me to my number 4. You got to get close to this, buddy, because now my number 4 is Child's Play 3. It's, you know what, as I've
The
gotten
one where he has to pay alimony. Are we there yet at 3?
No, this is the one where
This is the
Andy,
military school, right?
yep,
Yeah.
Josh
Yep.
Whalen takes over. He's enrolled
Andy's
at
in
military school. It's not bad. It's like, I mean, the beginning's very similar to the second one, except instead of recreating Chucky, Lightning Storm, you get like his blood goes into the mixture and he gets reanimated. He kills the CEO, goes to military school. We get the scary scene with the barber shop, which always creeps me out. As a kid, I wasn't like with it. Like Bride of Chucky got me back into it, but as I'm older, it's not a bad film. It holds up, which leads to my number 3, ironically, Puppet Master 3. Came out in
I knew it was
1991.
coming.
Oh, God, Toulon's Revenge. Of course it was coming. I know I slashed the series, but this movie is great. It's like,
You love Puppet Master. Scream it from the mountaintops,
it's
buddy.
so good.
Might not be
Yeah.
Hellraiser to you, but you love Puppet Master.
It's
Own
so
it.
good.
It's yours.
It's-
It's yours.
And 6 shooters in it. He's fighting Germans. They're good guys. Like Leech Woman.
The Germans are good guys?
No, they're the bad guys. Toulon's fighting against the Germans. Whoa,
That's
whoa,
right.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
right. That's revisionist.
Whoa,
That's correct.
Whoa. Which leads me to my
Just
number
be
2.
careful. Just be careful out there, everybody.
Well, number 2, gotta get some Stephen King on here. And you know what? Sometimes they come
91?
back.
Ah,
Yeah, Tim Matheson. Was repeat on Sci-Fi. It was optioned as a segment for the film Cat's Eye. It's a short story of the same name. Just got its own movie. It's so underrated. Very underrated. The idea of revenge and like this evil, like I guess peers coming back as like demons. For 1991, it's unique, especially with the Ghost Train. And my number 1. Do you hear people under your stairs? Because in
that's
this,
a good one. This one freaked me out.
yeah, Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs follows a young boy and 2 adult robbers who become trapped in a house belonging to a neighborhood's crooked landlords after breaking in to steal their collection of gold coins. as the boy learns a dark secret about them and what also lurks in their house. This is a weird time for Wes Craven because he came out at this time with Serpent in the Rainbow. He came out with Shocker, People Under the
Rainbow in the
Stairs.
Dark.
No, that's Dio.
Oh, okay.
That's Dio.
Oh.
But Craven was trying to reinvent himself and trying to get away from, I think, Nightmare. But kind of like,
It's tough.
well, yeah, I mean,
He did Wishmaster, I think. Did you mention that one?
he,
Was that around this time?
no, Wishmaster's 97. He produced it. I wish he directed.
Wishmaster's 97?
Yeah. Yeah.
Feels like it's
Wow.
87 when you watch it. Anyway.
What do you think with People Under the Stairs? I thought that was 89. I was shocked that came out in 91.
Yeah, I remember that being on the Pix 11 Halloween thing, like after the Ninth Gate and all that. Actually, not Ninth Gate, The Gate, the movie The Gate. And yeah, it's terrifying because like there's people in the walls, and we had a spooky ass rental house at the time. Like we rented in this dark area where the woods swallow the home, and that was the house where there was a door on the second story that just dropped into the concrete stairs. 18 feet below, and nobody ever, there was never locked. There was like, well, the kids won't do anything with that.
Obviously.
Take a chance.
Obviously. Remember the things I yeeted out of that door? Anyway, back to it. That's his top 5, everybody.
my
John, you're up, buddy.
Nice.
You're up, buddy.
All right. I went a different route. I went with top 5 apartments in
Ooh.
horror.
Ooh.
Cool.
Rosemary's Baby better be on this.
It's not.
Oh, okay. Damn it. It's like an infamous apartment too. All right.
It is. Number 5, I think, is something I've said before. It's a movie called Watcher,
Yeah.
starring Micah Monroe, who was in It Follows and Long Legs. When a young couple moves to Bucharest for his job, Julia becomes very isolated. She doesn't speak the language and then discovers she has a voyeur in an apartment across from her watching her every move. And it turns out he may also be a serial killer. The atmosphere is awesome. They really do a good job building the sense of isolation in her. I don't know if it's the version I watched when I originally watched it or if it's how they filmed it, but like the first 20 minutes to half an hour when she's out talking to Romanian people, you don't get subtitles.
Cool.
So you don't,
Okay.
the way I watched it, you sort of get into this place where you're as isolated from what's going on as she is, because they're having conversations in Romanian and she's sitting there smiling, and that's what you're doing.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Neat.
My number 4 is a movie that I believe is still on Netflix. It's South Korean. It's called #Alive.
Nice. South Korea likes to do that because they have a lot of the tenement housing style, like big apartment buildings. Like Sweet Home takes place in one of those too, the whole first season.
Yep. Like it sort of has a Sweet Home vibe. So when an infection rips through Seoul, Oh Jun-woo is trapped alone in his apartment surrounded by zombies. And just as he reaches his breaking point, a fortuitous flash of light makes him realize he isn't alone and he has a new purpose in life.
Okay.
It's always fun to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my number 3 is another one I've given before. It's a movie that's coming up later this year on our calendar, too. It's Evil Dead Rise.
Yes.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah. So a family must fight to survive when the demonic possessing forces are inadvertently unleashed in their apartment. This entry in the franchise drops the humor entirely and goes straight for the scares to very good effect.
Beautiful Necronomicon in that one.
What's that?
Necronomicon.
Is it the San Diego Necronomicon?
Yes.
Or is it the New York Necronomicon?
New York
City Necronomicon.
The
At the
Necronomicon.
Javits Center.
He had to say it correctly. John couldn't bear to say it incorrectly. That movie was far more scary than Evil Dead 1. I found that movie to be genuinely terrifying, actually. Evil Dead Rise is very well done. It doesn't get its flowers enough.
It's got some
No,
humor
it
parts
doesn't.
though. I feel like the humor
I mean,
is like it's dark comedy.
There's a couple of moments that are amusing, but like if you think about the first three, it's nowhere near that.
No, God, no.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
But it does have enough lightness in it to separate it from that god awful remake.
I went to see that in theaters. I don't want to talk about it.
I saw Evil Dead Rise in theaters, and I'm very happy I did. Number 2 is a remake, and the original was on my list a couple weeks ago. And here's the remake. It's Quarantine.
Quarantine.
Oh, I like
yeah.
this movie.
Yeah. So Quarantine is the American remake of Wreck, and it hits almost as well. It stars Jennifer Carpenter, Dexter's sister.
Emily
A
Rose
new-
for Muggles.
Yep. A news crew becomes trapped in a quarantine apartment building during a viral outbreak, which turns its victims into bloodthirsty killers. He drinking marinara?
Is it?
It's sake, I swear.
Is it?
Oh,
Was
I
it
actually think I have sake.
Xenomania Unleashed?
Well, I might sake it up on one of our episodes now, because when else
Nice.
do you drink sake?
That's true. That's true.
Probably
And my
for-
number,
Oh, yeah.
coincidentally, my number 1 is the sequel to a movie that I featured a couple weeks ago also, and it's Demons 2.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice, dude.
So a demonic entity is released from the TV into the real world, and before long, an entire apartment building is overrun by demons. It starts with a girl throwing a birthday party and escalates rapidly.
Okay.
Nice.
Very Italian, very good.
No, I mean, most Italian things are.
Yeah.
The Jersey Shore, Gabagool,
Mm.
The Sopranos.
Prosciutto.
But maybe not all. Maybe not all Italian things.
Yeah.
You ever see how they make prosciutto? Next week on Xenomania, we're going to make a fresh prosciutto. What a lead in, everybody. What a lead in. All right, that's it for us tonight. I'm getting loopy. Hey, thanks for joining us for Critters 3. It doesn't suck.
Have a good one.
It does not suck. See ya.
Be very